Hi everyone. What day are we? Happy Thursday. I hope everyone is okay and having a good day. I want to welcome my lovely client, Helen. Hello, Helen. Say hello.
Hello. Hello.
And we are here today to talk about Helen's journey working with me since March. My goodness, March. Yes, that's how long it's been, which is exciting. So if you're joining us live, let us know that you're live. Put it in the comments. Let me open it on my phone so that I can. There we go. So I can see the comments coming up. That's brilliant. And then what we will do is we will make sure that anyone that's missed this can catch up on it as well. So I've lost all sound, which is brilliant. Technical hitches. Helen, say something for me so I know I can hear you.
Hello.
No, it's gone. Obviously it's gone. That's fine. Try again.
Hi.
There you go. Okay, lovely. So I'm going to ask Helen a few questions and we will let her answer them. I've given her the questions, everyone, but I haven't told her what to say, I promise. So let's hand it over to you then, my darling. Tell everyone more about your situation, like who you are, tell them who you are, what you do, your life, and then we'll start talking about why you started working with me. So just introduce yourself a little bit.
So my name's Helen. I'm 42 and I am a wife of a soldier. I have two children, 20 and 14. I've just started in the police force. So my life is very, very hectic, very, very busy. Trying to fit everything in is a nightmare. But yeah, that's me.
Yeah, and tell us, so we should probably say, actually, so one of the things that is really important to understand about Helen's work with me is that Helen doesn't have a 9 to 5. Helen is on shifts that are different all over the place. I mean, they're not, one day's a night shift, one day's a day shift. You have a schedule, but you don't have a regular 9 to 5. So your eating patterns can be crazy, can't they?
Yeah.
And you did carnival at the weekend as well, didn't you? So that was long shifts. Yeah, absolutely. So that's really important for everyone to understand. So tell us more then about your situation before you started working with me.
So my situation before I started working with you was I felt horrible. I felt awful in myself. I couldn't seem, I was putting weight, I'd put weight on. I've been in London for 4 years, and over those 4 years I've put 2 stone on. And I just felt horrendous. I couldn't lose the weight no matter how hard I tried. I don't hate it now, but I hated looking at my reflection in the mirror. I was struggling to cope with the new job. I've also got university that I do. I was struggling with that, and I was struggling with combining that with family life. My eating it wasn't atrocious, but it was because I couldn't get a hold of the change so quick. My shifts were changing so quickly. And sometimes it would be that I'd go on shift at 2 o'clock, 2 till 10 shift, and I wouldn't be able to have anything to eat or drink. Well, water was my savior. But I wouldn't be able to have a break or have anything to eat. And I would have my ate my lunch there ready, but I wouldn't be able to eat it because I had other stuff to do. The work takes priority. It is not, it isn't a job where they say, oh, you haven't had a break, go and get yourself something to eat. Because sometimes things happen that are just out of your control, and it's more important that you are there doing what you're doing. So I was massively struggling with it, and I had a thing with food. I do have OCD in the house for a tidy house. And I think that overspills into my life a little bit, and my eating certainly. And then when you come home, I'm just like, I am absolutely starving. So I'm just eating whatever, a slice of bread with some chocolate on it or whatever. And this is where I was getting into, that it was just horrendous. And I kept saying to myself, when I come out of uni and when I start my shifts, I'll do it. And I just couldn't do it.
Yeah. So you
really struggled.
You were in that situation where you were constantly waiting for the right time.
Yeah, I was always saying to myself, oh, I'll not be as busy when I start work, or I'll be able to be in a routine when I start work, but I wasn't.
Yeah. And that, not having that set schedule, just and the knowing that if you're out on a job, you can't just say, oh, sorry, no, I need to eat, I need to go and get my lunch, my lunch, because often I remember you saying to me, oh, my lunch was in the fridge, but I couldn't do anything about it. You can't just say, oh, I need to go and eat my lunch. If you've got to deal with the situation, that's it, you've got to deal with the situation. So really difficult for you to get into a structure, and it was peaks and troughs. So sometimes you'd eat very little, and then sometimes it was because you were so hungry. So what made you click on that link? I think the first thing you did was join my free group, which is what this is being live streamed in, and we'll put this video out in other places as well. But you joined my free group, and then what made you join? The first thing you did was join my 4-week program. What made you click on that and decide to do it?
From the free week, I mean, to be honest, I'm going to be completely honest, I enjoyed the thought of doing it, but I didn't really achieve very much. I don't know. I don't even know where my head was at, to be fair. I never used to know where my head was at half the time. But I needed a change, and I needed structure. Felt like when I started the free program, it was structure without the strictness, without the stress. There wasn't any stress on you to if I said, oh my God, I've eaten a big tub of ice cream, you'd be like, oh, I bet you that was tasty. Now everybody else would have said, oh my goodness, that's terrible. You've got to do 27,000 push-ups just to get that out of your system, blah, blah, blah. And I just felt like that was what I needed. I needed someone in my corner because it's not just weight loss either. It wasn't just the weight loss, although that is a mega factor for everybody. It is the most important thing to everyone. I know it's the most important thing to me, that I feel good about myself. And one of the massive things is my weight. And I just needed that interested me, that it was more about being a mom and juggling everything and just working on you. That's what interested me.
Yeah. And then following the 4-week program, you joined the 16-week program.
Yeah.
So that started in April. So you've been working with me and the other girls in that. How has that been for you? How's that experience been?
I found it really frustrating that I couldn't join all of the classes, because no matter what I did, I was always on a Wednesday on a 2 till 10. So I couldn't join the majority of those. But the group that you're in with the ladies has been amazing. They are an amazing inspiring bunch of ladies, and they're very nice. And I find your motivation is infectious. You know, I find that when, like, I watch all of your videos when you've like walking the dog at 4 o'clock in the morning and you've just been to the gym at 2 o'clock.
4.
When you've just been to the gym. When I first found out, like when I would get up sometimes at like 6 o'clock and I'd like, oh, Chrissy's done this, and it's like she's been to the gym now, she's walking the dog and she's just been for a run, and I'm thinking, blooming heck, what is this woman on? So I wanted that. I like that. I mean, God knows there is no way on this earth, no motivation will make me get up at 6 o'clock in the, well, I do get up at 6 o'clock in the morning. I leave the house at 6, but I couldn't imagine getting up at 5 and doing a workout. I just wouldn't do it. I know I wouldn't. But your motivation motivated me to make myself better, and it was kind of like, well, you realize that I don't need to be Chrissy, I need to be Helen. I need to be Helen. I don't need to be this lady who, that works for you. You get up and you do that there, and that's brilliant. But you give me the motivation to do it when I can do it, and believe that I don't have to be someone else. I need to be me, and I need to make things work for me and make my own, you know, routine. We're not going to follow, and that's the thing about the mum bosses. It's not following a strict regime. It's individually tailored, and it's all on what you see, what your experience is, what you're struggling with, what you're doing, how you're doing well, and how you can build on it and work on it. And I find that has been brilliant. And of course, I've lost weight. I haven't lost weight. I haven't really lost weight. I've lost inches.
Yeah.
But I've also lost I've gained a lot of positivity. I mean, I'm a positive person anyway. I try to be as best that I can. I do have my moments. But I find that seeing the difference in myself in the mirror, and seeing the difference in my photos and things like that has been great. The scales have hardly moved.
She says they've hardly moved, but I would just like to say that at your heaviest, so they have gone down over half a stone. So your scale have gone down over half a stone. But the incredible thing is how many centimeters you've lost.
Yeah, the centimeters has been amazing.
Yeah, so you've lost over, so if everyone thinks of, you know, a big ruler, a big school ruler, which is 30 centimeters, I think it's 30 centimeters, you've lost over a big school ruler. And by the way, the only measurements we really take are across the bust, the waist, the hips and the thighs. So actually you could have lost more than that, but we just take, you know, 3 or 4 measurements, otherwise you're there forever measuring forever, which is not what we want.
They're easy measurements for you to do. You've just got to remember to put the tape measure in the same place every time.
Yeah, exactly. So whilst, and this is one of the things that we've talked about loads, isn't it, that, you know, the number on a scale might not move as much as you think it should or could, but actually the results that you've achieved, physical results, are incredible, because you're now in a smaller work uniform, you're in smaller clothes.
Just came to yesterday. I've just tried my trousers on.
Yeah, is that another new pair of trousers?
So that's the new pair that I've been waiting for. But they are still, it's the way that they're made. I mean, if they think, because I'm a size 14 on my waist now. I was a 16, now I'm a 14, dependent. But the police sizes are, I was in a size 20.
Yeah.
That's just police size. But it was like you had to have an elephant's backside anyway to put into it. So now I've got an 18 regular,
Yeah.
which is still a little bit big on the bum and still a little bit big on the waist, but my tummy and everything it's tighter and the legs a little bit slimmer because
Yeah.
I've lost weight off my legs,
Yeah.
which I've been measuring my thighs, but my legs are a lot slimmer.
Yeah.
And my arms are a lot slimmer.
Yeah.
It's things that you now I've put those new, because my trousers are massive, are absolutely massive. They're huge, they're horrible. And when I put the new ones on, I don't know how I managed with them on because they're so big.
Yeah.
But these ones are still a little bit big, but they're just so much fit me so much better, and they make you can see how much weight that I've lost and how big those trousers were.
Yeah. Yeah. But in regular clothes sizes, you've definitely lost,
Yeah,
outside of your
yeah,
police uniform, you've
yeah.
definitely
I
lost.
can see. I've been
Yeah.
trying all my holiday dresses on. The biggest thing is me bust.
Yeah.
I think um I'm gonna have to have a boob job if I lose any more weight. Because they're gonna be like, oh well, I'm gonna say it. They're gonna be like, there's an old saying that my gran used to say, um, or someone used to say, that your boobs look like socks with tennis balls in the bottom.
Brilliant.
When you've lost so much weight, they just go down south. So, because I had a pretty big bust as well, that was an issue. And obviously, when you put weight on, it's you're top heavy. So
Yeah.
I've lost quite a lot. I mean, I know that there was another lady, I think it was Lisa, said that she could tighten her bra and you didn't get back fat. And I'm like, whoa, I can do
That
that.
that was Angela, that was. And
Yeah.
by the way, everyone that's watching, right, the way we're just talking, like, this is us on Wednesday nights. There's no formality, there's
Okay.
no we are or filter. Sometimes we all turn up in our pajamas when we meet for our calls, and regularly some of you guys are sitting in bed chatting. So, this is a really strong group of women who support each other and are there for each other. And that is, something that I am super proud of. And I think really makes the Mum Boss method something special as well. I do, even if I do say so myself. But so Helen, aside from the physical results, what are the other results that you have achieved in terms of emotional, in terms of mental, social? What else has changed in your life?
I think my anxiety about, because when I was putting weight on, and I couldn't lose it, I had this massive anxiety over food, and I wasn't seeing what the issue was because I was trying too hard to sort of, oh well, but then what I was thinking was, oh, I'll just eat that because that's not too bad. Because I've been tracking my food and because I've been talking about food, and obviously, Chrissy will say, where is your fruit? Where is your veg? And I'm like, oh, actually, I don't eat that sort of stuff. Like, how rude. I think now my anxiety about what I'm eating has come down a lot. I'm not so bothered. Like, I, people think that when you become a police officer that you will be addicted to donuts. We do actually eat donuts, but I'm not addicted to donuts. I'm addicted to coffee. It's coffee now. Ever since I went to America, I now drink coffee. Skinnies, but I do drink coffee, and I've been a tea drinker my whole life.
Yeah.
Now I have skinny mochas, skinny lattes. It's ridiculous. But I know that I can enjoy that, because what would happen before is I would have that and I'd go, oh, why did I eat that? Why?
Yeah.
Whereas now I don't say that anymore. If I'm gonna go out I do watch what I'm eating. I will look at the calories on the menu, and I will choose something, but I won't choose something just because of the calories. I choose something. I meet myself halfway, so it won't be
Yeah.
massive amounts, like all my calories in one meal, unless I've not eaten anything all day, which is the police job. That's normally what I do. Then yeah, I'm a lot happier with myself. I'm a lot happier with what I see in the mirror, because I can see things, the weight coming off.
Mm.
I'm a lot happier emotionally. I don't feel as, because when I used to look at myself in the mirror, I'd be like, oh, and it would just ruin my day. That one
Yeah.
second would just ruin my whole entire day, because I'd be constantly pulling me top down. I'd be constantly like sucking me belly in when I'm going past a car window, because I don't want to
Yeah.
see myself. And it was just, I just didn't like myself at all. And as much as people say like, oh, there's nothing wrong with you, you look really well, and I wasn't very happy. And yourself, you could have £1 or £1,000,000 to lose, but it doesn't matter. It's what you need, what you need to be happy. And it's not just the weight loss. I am a lot more like, when I come in, I have a lot more time for myself now. I love reading, I always have done, so I make time for myself.
Mm.
I love cleaning. Cleaning is my absolute favorite thing to do. I absolutely love it. I love cleaning, but I've found me love of that back, like
Yeah.
now. Well, before I was like, I'm cleaning this house on my rest days, and you stop messing it up, and why have you put this sock in here, and why is this here? And because
Yeah.
I am really OCD, like, what is that doing there? It does not belong there. But now I kind of, the kids have been away for a week, and I kind of like, I just got myself into a nice routine, and
Mm.
I've continued it. Um, and I don't get myself into such a hash now. I just think, oh,
Yeah.
and I'm not upset anymore about what I eat. I
No.
know now that I can go out and have something to eat from somewhere else, because that's what everybody worries about. You're in the
Yeah.
house, you're safe. You're in the house, you're absolutely safe. You know what you're eating. But now, when I used to go out, I used to think, oh God, this is going to ruin us. This is going to absolutely ruin us. I can't eat that. I'm going to have a salad. I can't eat any bread. And oh my God, this
Yeah.
place is the most loveliest bread. Or oh my goodness, I want a pizza. And now I do have it. I've actually been having, we used to have a takeaway once a week. We don't do it that often now, but we have had a takeaway the last couple of weeks, and it hasn't affected me whatsoever. It hasn't. I haven't worried about it. Normally I would. Normally I would
Mm.
only eat half of it, and then I would eat the other half the next day, because I would think that, and that's also what I learned from Chrissy. A calorie is a calorie, whether you eat it tomorrow or yesterday, it is still there. You can't just, at midnight, when the calories start, when the thing turns to a different day, the calories that you're eating still continue.
Yeah.
It's going to be, that Indians is going to be the same calories if I eat it all in once, or if I eat it over 2 days. And this
Yeah.
is what has been, as I've got in my head now, that just eat it. If you want it, just eat it. Why you don't need to restrict yourself.
No.
So I've got the confidence and the strength now to enjoy the best version of me, and the best version of me I have made, or I'm making.
Yeah. And what you talk about there is complete food freedom, right? So I've just seen Claire's put in the comments here that her anxiety is through the roof at the minute, trying too hard with food. And she's exactly the same. She thinks that we can put too much pressure on
Yeah,
ourselves. And what you've learned in my program is complete food freedom. There's
yeah,
no meal plans. You get, I help you to understand why you should be eating this and why you should be eating that, but I don't you know, there's no restriction. It's not you can only eat this. You can eat whatever you want, and you know the choices that are going to make you feel good.
Yeah, I mean, it's like when you, so you've never changed, you haven't changed what I've eaten. You've changed, I've changed. It's not like, oh, well, why did you eat that, Helen? Why are you eating that? You shouldn't be eating
Yeah.
that. You shouldn't be eating that. It's all, you're learning about protein. I mean, I struggle with protein. I don't know what a protein is. I thought protein was carbohydrates. That's probably why I was so putting weight on. But now, you know, I do pick a protein snack, but it's my protein snack. It's not one that Chrissy said, oh, you need to eat this. What she'll say is, all right, you need to put your protein up. She is adapting your diet, what you eat, and you're making that decision. You're making the decision. Like, well, she says to me, where's your fruit? I was like, my God, I don't eat fruit. So you put an apple in there, whatever fruit you like to eat. I mean, I had strawberries, raspberries, and blueberries, obviously with full fat cream on, but I did have I had that the other day. Now, yes, the cream is not a very nice idea. I had a couple of teeth, I measured it out and I put a couple of tablespoons of cream on, but I wouldn't have eaten that fruit. It's in my mind now that we're all the family are doing it as well. Like I make Abigail write on the fridge what fruit she's eating, so that I can tell that she's eating, eating fruit. So it's not you, it's you that's doing it. She's like this little angel on your shoulder that is commenting on your, not commenting on your life, but she's just guiding you through. She's not going to say, oh, you can't do that. And food is a massive thing. And once you get into your head that actually, if I thought bread was the devil. I honestly thought you couldn't eat bread on a diet. Can't eat bread, can't eat pasta, can't eat this, can't eat that. There isn't anything that you cannot eat. You've just got to do it in moderation and got to make sure that your proteins are up, and you've got to make sure that you've got fruit and veg in your diet.
Yeah. And it's completely, you know, this isn't a diet. This is changing your lifestyle to make your life better. And the results, you know, are affecting so many parts of your life, and also trickling into the kids' lives as well. You know, that's amazing. Claire's also put, it can be difficult to fit protein in sometimes. A lot of diets, they stick to low fat only, and avocados are sin. So Claire, you want to keep an eye on my content for the month of September, because I'm going to be busting all of those myths. We don't do sins, we don't do bad food and good food. This isn't a diet. It's not a diet. This is a lifestyle change. Because when people leave working with me, when they stop working with me, I want them to be able to do this for the rest of their lives and never have to diet again. So nothing is bad. People are allowed to drink when they work with me. They are allowed to go out for afternoon tea. We don't have sins. And I've got, you know, lots of opinions about those and low fat and stuff. So make sure that you keep an eye on my content this month, because we'll be covering all of those as well. But protein is a big thing, and I'll definitely be talking about that. It's something that I talk about with everyone. So you've described me as a little bit of an angel sitting on your shoulder. What's the best thing about working with or being part of the Mum Boss method?
I think it's just the best thing that I've got out of it is that it's just back to what you said about the lifestyle. You know, I feel like I've got more control over what I'm doing, and more control over when I like enjoying myself and taking some time on my own, and not worrying that I haven't done the washing or I haven't done that washing up or whatever. But that comes from being comfortable in myself, and that comes from being comfortable going out for food. and me food thing, because me being so anxious about the food and what I was eating, it was making everything else. It was making it, once you've got that in line, and I mean, I couldn't see the results for weeks. It wasn't until Chrissy said, look at your photos.
Yeah.
Oh my God, look at your photos. And I was like,
Yeah.
nah, I don't want to. And I mean, I did take them. I was taking them every week for a bit, and then I stopped and started taking them. And my photos are, I can see. I mean, I've still got a long way to go, I think, for myself, but I have come an awful long way.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And we'll yeah.
And I think that is this whole thing. You don't just get Chrissy, you get the rest of the girls. The chat is absolutely amazing. I mean, you don't even want to know half the things that we talk about that are real things, that are real life problems, but we do get right into the nitty-gritty. But it's good because we're all there for each other. You know, the group will put, like, I put one day, I'm eating this orange, or I'm eating this apple, and everyone's like, oh my God, yes, well done, you know. And everybody, or I've got into this top that I haven't had on since, you know, 1989, and I'm so pleased. Or I've just, you know, my big knickers are big knickers now. They're not just big knickers, they're huge knickers. So these are the things that you get with the mum method, and I definitely think it's been worth it, because my mind hasn't just been focused on my food, it's been focused on other things. And now that I've sorted out that actually I can go out and have beer, wine, whatever I want to drink and eat, within reason, obviously, but yeah, it's not bad. I'm not chastising myself as much as I used to.
No, you have, you know, you are an excellent example of a busy working mum. You know, we're all busy, even you know, I've got mums in this group that don't work. I've got, you know, women in this group that aren't mums, they're dog mums, or they're not mums at all. We're all busy. But I would really have to argue that working shifts and doing your university degree, you know, that is a crazy busy life. And you're a perfect example of someone that's invested in themselves and you know, got the most out of it. And, you know, if you can do it, then anyone can do it. So before we wrap up, then, what would you say to anyone that is perhaps considering contacting me or giving my program a go or sitting on the fence? What would you say to them?
I would say do it, because like I say, Chrissy is, I mean, I'm not just saying that because she's in front of us. Chrissy is amazing, and it is worth it. I mean, it's now like I say, I felt absolutely terrible about myself. I felt awful about myself, and it was affecting the whole family. It was affecting, you know, I was going to work in a bad mood. I was, oh, not in a bad mood, but not myself. You know, I wasn't paying attention to what the kids were just coming in and out, and I was just like thinking, blimey heck, they're just, you know, I haven't got time for them, which I have. But now I'm just, because I'm a lot more settled and a lot more confident, I think I've got more time. I think, oh, I have got time. It's because my mind has got like this little cloud in it, and it won't go away. But once you get rid of that cloud and you're feeling better about yourself, and you can see, and it doesn't happen overnight.
No, patience.
You have to have patience. I don't have patience. I want to see it. I would love to be able to join this, and after a week go, oh my God, I've lost 2 stone. Wow, that was amazing. Thanks very much for that. See you later. But it doesn't happen like that. And you have to let it work, and you have to go through, and you will go through some downs and you'll go through some ups. But the mum method means that there's always someone there for you. There's always someone to talk to, and whatever you need from Chrissy, she will give, even if it is a message to say, log your food.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for your time. You are busy today because you're off to Vegas tomorrow.
Yes, I'm going to Vegas tomorrow.
What time is your flight?
I think it is midday. I'm not sure.
Okay,
So,
nice. Well, safe
our
journey.
honeymoon.
It's your honeymoon.
Yes, I mean we've been married for 13 years, but we've never been on holiday together on our own, and we've never. So this was our honeymoon. This is our little honeymoon
Oh, that's so
without the kids.
sweet. Oh, that's so cute. Oh my goodness. Well, thank you so much. Lots of people in the comments saying have a lovely time
Oh, thank
and
you.
enjoy Vegas. So everyone, I've popped a link in the comments to my free masterclass, which is on Thursday, the 8th of September. If you're watching this in the future, there will also be a link to watch the replay, so don't worry, you won't have missed it. Thank you so much, Helen, for joining me, and for everyone listening and supporting. And yes, we will see you. I've got more client interviews coming up in the next couple of weeks, so we'll speak to you soon. And yeah, see you later. Okay, let me stop the